Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we are looking at something from Edifier. It's been out a while. It's their flagship. It's the H880. This is their high fidelity pair of headphones. They make a lot of other, like, really lower budget stuff. And this isn't exactly expensive either. This is like 80, 90 bucks for this. Might have been a little bit more expensive before in the past, but around now it's around 80, 90 on Amazon and different places that you can get it, and it really is worth the price. We're going to take a look at the specs on the box right here. Frequency response range is 20 to 20 kilohertz, 100 and just 100 actually, 100 decibels, and 24 ohms impedance. And the drive unit is a 40 millimeter dynamic driver. It says closed moving coil. And it's got some nice features, cavity control technology, ergonomic design, 3.5 millimeter connector, iOS Android wire controller. Pretty nice, a bunch of nice features with this. Box looks really premium. Let me set this aside for a second. Get out the box here. Here's the box. Your H880s would be in there. Inside you have separate pouches for your, you get a really nice soft velvety carrying pouch, and you get two different cables as well. Really premium looking box. Put the units right here. Here's the pouch. It's a nice velvet pouch, and it says Edifier on it on this nice aluminum lanyard. Of course, you get an adapter. Get a long cable for studio or home use, and we'll show how it terminates into two. They terminate into these beautiful, really nice metal end pieces here. Also, a nice rubberized, pretty thick cable too. Microphone, and this is rubber right here. The buttons. It's a nice metal controller. And that, of course, works with Android and Apple, so you don't have to worry about having a different cable. Play, pause, forward, back, take a call. The microphone works excellent, by the way. It is very good, very, very good. It's probably one of the best ones of that type of microphone that I've had. Looking at the unit itself, you have a red indicator. You have this wonderful metal. There's a little piece of plastic back there, but there's also metal too. Metal here. This feels like metal. I am not sure. It's kind of cool to the touch. It's chromed regardless. It looks really, really elegant. It's understated. It says Edifier right there. Some nice padding. There's a perforation on the inside for airflow. They're very deep. You can fit more than a hand in there, so it should fit everybody's ears. They do fold, go in the pouch as well in either direction. They pivot forward and back to quite a bit of degree. So comfort-wise on these, at least for me, comfort-wise on these was really good. Like, trying to think of like my most comfortable pair that I have right now would be like the Daconis. And these are very comfortable too. Very, very comfortable. The pads might not be as big and as thick, but they're very comfortable for a long period of time. So yeah, they're on par with that pad-wise. I don't know if the pad can be changed. I can feel a clip right here, but I don't know if these are adhesive or not, which they could still be changed anyway. I'm sure you can find pad thing, but the way they feel, they're so soft, you're not going to want to change the pad until you finally wear them out eventually in maybe 5-10 years or something like that. This is all rubberized. It's plastic, it's rubberized. And nice padding here. I can feel the headband, but there is some nice padding in between you. It should be good for most people, except for the people with the most sensitive heads. And you can just put like some Dakoni nuggets up there or something. There's a decent amount of adjustment there. That's about as big as it gets. I saw some people complain that these were too big. I don't find that. I actually have to keep it on this setting. for my head. Maybe I have a huge head. I don't know. Then again, I also wear a hat too. But I didn't find that they were overly big. I had a pair a while ago, and they were like really overly big, and I can't remember what pair that was. But I did get rid of them. But they were just too. Oh yes, yes, yes. I remember now. The Philips SHP were a little too big for my head. Um. So yeah, comfort-wise, build quality, really good on these. Accessories, nice. Packaging, good, and that's all well and good. But how do they sound? Okay, and we're going to give the sound thing now. Now, the reference quality DAC chip that's in the Diablo, they obviously sound really good. Makes everything sound good, makes everything sound wire. Then we get into like the hip and the Q3, and of course my desktop, DAC amps over there as well. Still very good. How is I listen to that and I listen to the other stuff, and then I take kind of, you know, we average it out, and the average tuning on these on any device, obviously it's going to be a little bit warmer, especially with a tube amp or something like that, or the hip DAC, or most Wi-Fi stuff. Not the Diablo. Diablo is reference quality. There is a little bit of warmth there, but it has a completely different sound signature from like the hip and the Nano and the Zen stack and the other stuff like that. Even though it does have a Burr Brown multi-bit chipset in it. Um, the signature on this is consistent with everything, and then you add a little bit of the sound from the source as well. But overall, they're very highly balanced. Not neutral, not neutral by anything. The bass has very good clarity to it. It's got some really good, tight, rapid punch there, especially mid bass, sub bass. If the track has a lot of sub bass, you'll hear the sub bass. But the bass is overall, it is very controlled. And I'm not saying that it's light on the bass at all. As a matter of fact, the bass is a little bit of an emphasis there. But overall, these are kind of almost like a Harman curve type tuning. Some very good mids there. The mids are extremely clear, especially vocals. There's a nice forwardness to the mids. They got a little bit of warmth to them. Uh, they're far from analytical. They have some very good details. Then we get into the treble, and the treble has some sparkle. It doesn't get overly harsh. Suppose you could find some tracks that it could be overly harsh, but it does have some sparkle there. And I find it more detailed, and it's not rolled off by any means, but it just like kind of cuts off at that point that I find particularly pleasant. Getting into the sound stage isn't like super wide like the headphones I have on right now. They're 7.1. They have some very wide sound stages. It's exaggerated a little bit. Not that it's not welcome when it's exaggerated. It's good for gaming and movies and stuff like that. These very, very much still in that natural zone, maybe a little bit outside of your head, kind of in a box. They're kind of equal in height, width, depth, everything. Uh, Making them very good, and there's some very good imaging there too. So if you put the microphone on there, or you put a boom microphone on here, could you use these for gaming? Definitely. Could you use these for any other multimedia? Now, Edifier is known for the multimedia speakers that they have. They're very good at doing that, and I think that the technology and the tuning went into these as well. These would be really good for movies, gaming, but they're excellent, excellent for listening to music. Totally. Overall, that's basically the sound signature. So it's got good build quality. It's got some really great sound. It's very, very balanced. You could listen to these all day long. You still get your bass, you still get your nice mids, you get your highs and everything, but it's not thrown in your face, and it's not, so exaggerated. It's just very detailed, very balanced, and extremely enjoyable. Non-fatiguing, and they're also comfortable as well, except for probably in the hottest of environments, because the pads are like a leatherette type pad. Even with the perforation inside, I assume that heat would build up. I didn't find that. But, you know, I don't live in the hottest climate in the world, even though it is becoming summertime. Maybe I'll do a follow-up and let you guys know how they are outside on stuff days like that. Overall, they're very elegant looking. They're understated. I haven't seen a lot of reviews on these, so I just absolutely fell in love with the look of these a long time ago, and I really wanted a pair of them, and I'm glad that I have them now because they really do perform well. These guys have a permanent place out. Like, I won't put these away because these are going to be used quite a bit. This has been the Edifier H880, one of their flagship uh, headphones, and it is just very enjoyable. Thank you so much. Please stay safe, and I hope to see you somewhere out there. Thank you.